human remains. So Kristen Salumi is live for us now from the city of Chico in Northern California. So, Kristen, tell us a little bit about the situation there right now and what it's like for people dealing with all of this.
Yes, well, that rain could actually help with fire suppression efforts. That's the good news. But as you mentioned, it could hinder the search for remains. It could also cause flooding and mudslides in the deforested areas. That's something else that officials are concerned about. And it's also a concern for people who are now living outdoors. You may see behind me a number of tents. People have set up makeshift camps in many areas to ride out this period where they, until they can find more permanent housing. We're going to talk to someone from Chico, the city of Chico. Public Information Officer Betsy Totten is here. Chico neighbors with Paradise, where so many people have been displaced. You've had so many evacuees come to your city. How are you dealing with this?
We're dealing with it because we are the city of Chico and our residents are amazing. And we're just coming together, and every single day, every single hour, we have new plans. We're working with as many partner agencies as we possibly can to just find places for these folks and folks all over the place to go.
There's been a lot of reports and rumors going around that people are going to be forced to move from this location. Is that the case?
That's not true. And I want to thank you for actually clearing up these rumors. We are in support of the volunteers that put up this shelter to encourage these people out because these rains are coming. You've been here overnight. You know how cold it's getting. This is a floodplain behind us, and you can kind of see it. This is going to fill with about that much water. So we obviously don't want our residents, and we consider Paradise residents our residents now. We don't want our residents living in water in 32-degree temperatures. That's just not safe. Yeah.
I know you've been dealing with a lot of the short-term issues, just getting people shelter and food and so on. What are some of the challenges you face that we may not think about, and especially as you move forward? But also, you know, what kinds of issues are you seeing that you have to deal with?
The biggest issue we're seeing is we basically took on 50,000 extra people, and our town is roughly 100,000, between 95 and 100,000, depending if our students are here. So we have a housing crisis. We do. So that's been the short-term problem we've been seeing. We've had to open up shelters in other counties, which we are providing transportation to other counties. But in the long run, we're working with FEMA, developing places and finding places that we can get those spots, get temporary shelter in, and have these people go. And that's very close to happening.
Right. So thank you so much, Betsy, for joining us today and all of the work. I know we've seen so many volunteers, so many city officials out here trying to make sure that people are really taken care of. It's actually been quite heartwarming to see people from neighboring communities just show up delivering water, blankets, whatever people need. But the long-term issues are quite serious. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is in the area. They're registering people for long-term housing assistance and funding. But as Betsy mentioned, there's a housing shortage. So finding those places for people to live is going to be a challenge. Another challenge that we've been seeing, health issues arising among evacuees. I should also point out that Paradise is a lower income neighborhood. The median income in Paradise, where a lot of people were affected, is half that of the state, less than half of the state income. So there's a lot of retirees there, a lot of people on fixed incomes, a lot of people with medical issues, and they are now moving into shelters, and some of those medical concerns are being exacerbated. There's been outbreaks of norovirus and gastrointestinal problems, a whole host of problems that people are dealing with here, but certainly a strong sense of community spirit moving forward, and a hope that those wildfires will be under control soon.
All right, Kristen Salumi live for us there in Chico, California. Thanks, Kristen.